guys, something a little bit different today. I've been working on something over the bank holiday to improve the video that I put on YouTube. Mountain biking is one of those difficult things where you can't really use drones in this country. You see some fantastic footage of stuff in America because there's no trees or it's stripped bare or burnt out, and we've got these pesky trees in the UK all over the place. I don't know why we just can't cut them all down. Only kidding. So you can't use drones, and you know it's very difficult to take video footage with a drone and fly it. You need about 3 people to do it, one to fly it, one to shoot the video, and then who wants a drone buzzing around their head or quite close or alongside. So I've been making a cable cam, and I don't know if you've seen the cable cams, but they look good. If you've got a slightest gap through trees and you can whiz through it on a cable, you can put a camera on it and whiz through the trees. So bear in mind, this is prototype number 1, and you know my steady footage is really reasonable on my mountain bike because I use the Rider M gimbal on my chest, and some people have it mounted quite oddly, and that's the way I have it mounted. Some people have it mounted with the bracket like that against their chest, but that's how I have it. So bear in mind, this is Mark 1 cable cam. Used a motor from an aeroplane, speed controller 2-directional from a remote control car. It's a radio receiver and transmitter, and a big bloody battery on the back, so you can see the setup. I'm going to change my camera over on to put it on my chest, so I'll do that now and I'll be back with you in a minute. Right, so I've got hands free now, I can use both hands. So basically it does that, and then you use standard paracord. This is a slightly lighter version, across joining from tree to tree. So I've got this tree here, and I've got a tree there and one further back, and I'm going to try and get a cable across to those, which I won't bore you with. There's a transmitter, got a big reel of cable. I'm not sure if this is 100 feet of cable, and then I've got a bunch of clips, climbing clips, so these are ultra strong to set the cable up and to tension it. So I'll do that, and then I'll put it on the cable, and we'll have a whiz up and down with it and see how it goes. Right, so I've got the cable up, I'll put some tension on it, so we will see what happens. I'm being attacked by dogs, nosy dogs. And it's a bit of a guessing game with how much tension I've got to put on this at the moment. I haven't put massive amounts, and it's all adjustable. So we see if we can stay out of the ground. And it's quite important to keep it above neck height for obvious reasons. Right, okay, so we have got that setup. Cable goes under the wheel, over the driven motor and through, and we'll see if it hits the ground or not. Right, okay. I think I need a bit more tension. That's obvious. Okay. So I'll put a bit more tension on, another metre or so, and I'll be back. So yeah, that's working all right.
That's good stuff, that.
I'm going to put some little foam rubber sections or something on here to hit it and stop it, a bump stop. But yeah, that's going really well. Let's give it a good old whiz.
Ooh.
There you go.
Wow. Bring it over with you, Dan.
I've had a failure. I got too excited. What broke? Oh, it cut straight through the cut. It's cut straight through. But it survived intact. Nothing major. Re-rig it.
See how it works this time.
I need to set end stops. Yeah, it just burnt through the cable.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it survived. So, right, okay. Get the mud out of it with a stick. And we'll do it again. I couldn't see, when you were a little way from it, you can't see where the stop is. I only opened it up for a second, so it goes that distance really quick. Let's just do a quick test, make sure this is still alive. So that's fine, everything survived the crash. I've got I've got some proper little pulleys coming to do this job. Which will be a lot more efficient than these carabiners. And I'll be a lot happier when I've got higher rated cable. This is part of design and development that a lot of people don't really understand. It can take a lot of time to perfect something. So for being Mark 1 and it actually goes up and down and works, I'm reasonably happy. Does it still work? Of course it does. Have I got the tension right? Yes. You really need to be quite far back and see the whole cable, because you lose perspective of speed. So that's full speed back. It covers so much distance so quickly. I definitely need 100 metres of rope, because then you've got a lot more leeway then, if you've got 100 metres of rope, haven't you? Obviously I need to get it higher in the tree. So 3 clicks, 1 click at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 clicks. and it's there, seconds. Fully braked when it's stopped, then back into neutral, and then you can engage reverse. Oh, I was going to turn the fan on, wasn't I? The control board doesn't seem to be getting hot, the speed controller, but it does come with a little fan. Because they're meant to be inside a car body, these little things, so it's not getting hot at all because it's out in the open, and I'm hardly putting any amps. And the battery that I've got in it's a 5,000 milliamp battery, so I think I can reduce the size of that, get it a bit lighter. So you need to let it accelerate for a couple of seconds before you can open the accelerator up. Be interesting what sort of slope I can get it on as well, and still maintain speed and without burning the cable. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that motor's along. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa! That's about a third throttle. I can only go about halfway before I have to start slowing it down. Because I don't want too much brakes. Because again, if you brake too hard, it could wheel spin and then burn the cable out. I think while it's moving along, I don't suppose it would break the cable because it wouldn't be in an isolated spot. So sensitive. So I'm just going to whiz it up and down here for a bit, see how long the battery lasts, or until it's dark, and then I'll put the battery on charge, because I haven't even got the full power of the battery, because I only charged it up to 66% because it was in storage mode. So it'd be interesting to see. Ooh, God, that's quick. But definitely need more cable, definitely need a strain gauge, definitely need a safety line. So I'll buy 1,000 meters and I'll split it into 2, and then that'll give me both, won't it? And I can use this yellow cable 3 times around to increase the strain for mounting points. Whoa! I think that's jammed. That's one thing I don't want to do, is if it's hooked up on something, is wheel spin it, because it will just cut straight through. That's why I need some brake. I need some bump stops, and maybe even a motor kill switch that'll cut the power. Probably a switch from this on both ends to protect the cable. So I'm on a light jog. And then on the first click, this is at the slow speed, is nice walking speed. And then, whoa, gone. And that was 3 clicks. I think I've got the brakes, so I've got to be more confident with the brakes. Because I've set the brakes to only 25%. Well, I think first test, you learn a lot. That's not bad for first test. Nearly overshot. And that's almost 100 feet of cable that's going up. So quick. 3rd throttle. I'll have to have a race, mountain bike versus cable drone. So, success. I'll take it down, order some cable, and tidy it up a little bit. Now I know I've got tension right. I had to, in the test I did in the garage, you can see I had to drop the holes to give more tension, because there was hardly any tension on the cable on the motor drive wheel, so I had to drop them 1/2 inch. Well, that worked out all right. It's lucky I didn't. I was going to cut the shape of this, and I'm glad I didn't now. How is the temperature of everything? Stone cold. Motors stone cold. Battery stone cold. A message to all my subscribers is thanks for subscribing. Keep on watching. With improvements in video techniques and my abilities, we'll be able to hit some more aggressive stuff, a bit more jumping, a bit more higher drops maybe. And I really appreciate all your comments. And this year, hopefully, when this weather gets sorted, it's been atrocious this bank holiday. We'll have some good times. So, I'll see you later. And thanks for watching.